Hello and welcome to another episode of Alex's Afternoon Art Show. As you can tell, it's been a little while since I've recorded one of these, because today we're doing another of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2-year-old videos. This time we're doing Captain Commando. I don't remember what number this is at this point. I think I've lost count at this stage because it's been a few months. It was summer whenever I was doing the last one of these, just to break the illusion further. It's not even that late right now, it's just rainy outside, so you might hear a little bit of that on the mic. Hopefully not too much though. Yeah, you can tell just by looking at me that it's been quite some time, because I've not shaved since the last time I did one of these, so this is now much longer, and my hair is also longer again. So, I'm back to this. But yeah, like I said, today we're doing Captain Commando, so let's get on with it. So, I didn't mention this before, but I have done all of the base sketches now. This is the whole thing. This is the final size, so you won't be seeing any more file size changes or anything like this. And as you can see, the actual file size is a little lower than it was before because I've compressed some stuff. I've compressed down all the color files and stuff like that, so that should be, you're not going to notice any visual difference, but the file size should be a little smaller, meaning this should save a little faster. So I don't want to give you too many hints about who the characters that you may see here are, so I will just zoom through and turn off the ones that you shouldn't be seeing. It's a little difficult to kind of keep track of them all now at this point, because it has been so long since I did one of these, so I don't want to, I mean, this is super zoomed out anyway, so you're not really going to be able to discern anything really from this. I turned off some of that. Oh yeah, forgot I'd done it, you know. This is the thing, with so many of these now, I don't know who I've done and who I haven't. Yeah, but yeah. Maybe we'll zoom in to Captain Commando, who is in front of Morrigan, so yeah, she'll be a little covered up. I've done a slight bit of reorganizing here as well. You can see in particular with Jin. Jin was covering a hell of a lot more of Flamingo before. But I moved a lot of these Capcom characters over to the left a little bit, so they're a little bit less, but no one's really obscuring anything anymore. Everyone's a little bit more spread out. On the Marvel side, things are mostly the same. That's just because the Marvel characters are generally larger in frame than a lot of the Capcom ones, so there is still that much difference here in terms of space. But yeah, so anyways, a little zoom in to an acceptable size. Switch this over to black, and then turn off the characters that are not necessary. So just turn off all these characters down here. I still don't know what I'm going to do for the background, and that is a persistent concern that I've had for a while now, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do as a background for this. But I suppose I'll have to figure it out at some point. I'll probably get rid of this reference. I barely even used this reference, I don't even know why it's there. Yeah, because this pose is pretty much entirely hand-drawn. So I remember the reference I used. It's a dude holding a gun. But he's not even got like the legs and everything I added myself, so I don't know why I used that reference, to be honest. I think I might have just used it for his head position. Anyways, because yeah, I mean, his shoulders and everything I knew, because Captain Commando has colossal shoulders, and it's just proportionally bizarre. Like many characters, he is just a bit of an oddity of proportion, and his hair is also kind of perplexing, and that's something which I'm just realizing I'm going to have to draw. But yeah, no, that star looks really bad. I'm gonna need to fix that. Let me see what I can do about that. There's an easy trick to drawing stars. I showed it whenever I was doing Captain America, but you'll see it anyways probably whenever I'm speeding through this. But this might not take too long, but in the same sense it might be very long because you can see these cables and everything here, and I have to cross-hatch those because that's how they look. They're supposed to be cross-hatched, so that might take a minute to do. But yeah, to be honest, this might be quick, this might be long, who knows, but yeah, may as well get started soon enough. Just scroll down here because I do have reference open. I didn't forget it this time. The shoes aren't in print anyway, we'll probably need to click back into reference at some point or another. But yeah, I suppose we may begin just about now. I nearly forgot to zoom in there. I have to zoom in quite far in order for things to be visible. I also just noticed that by adding this one layer, that has increased. Oh no, it's actually gone below because it deleted the reference. Nice. Anyways, I will begin now. Finally. Okay, so we're about an hour in and I've only gotten one arm done because, as you can see, these arms are time-consumingly detailed. On the upside, once I'm done the arms, the rest of them will look pretty quick because he's pretty basic from the pecs down. So it shouldn't be too bad from here on out, but I do have to do another arm, and that previous arm did take me, I think, about half an hour's worth of the previously sped up bit that you just saw. And I'm doing a lot of kind of pseudo-hatched details, like this is kind of what I would consider kind of like softly hatched detail. Same with this here, and these kind of areas, they're like just to add a little bit of texture to it, I guess. Just to add like a bit of a material to it, so that you know there's something going on there, just so that it's like slightly hatched. I think it adds just a nice little bit of depth to it, and it makes it seem a little shiny or something, I don't know. That's fine, I think. It doesn't need to be there, but it does help. It does add something, I think. It doesn't look visually confusing, and you get an idea of what the material is supposed to be. In the same sense, I don't know what the material is supposed to be, so really I think it doesn't necessarily do much either way, but I don't know if this part is supposed to be shiny, or if it's supposed to be like a material where you would see these kind of like stripy lines show up in shadow. But who knows, I think it just adds a little bit of depth to it, which is nice. These bits could do with maybe going away, I think, or maybe just being considerably smaller, I'd say. Maybe in a tiny respect, and then just put a tiny little bit up here as well. I'll just do a little bit for us. That just adds a little bit of depth to it. Alright. So, I think, yes, we will return, I think, to the sped up dimension so that I can speed through this next arm. And then hopefully get the rest done within another hour. Or less, if preferably less. Because I've still got to, you know, do the coloring, do the shading, do the dots, everything still, so there's a lot still left to do. So preferably we'll be doing that soon. Oh, anyways. Okay, we are nearly 2 hours in, and I've only finished the details, so we're going to be at this for another little while, I think. But I think I'm going to take a little break, just get a drink or something because I'm quite thirsty, but then whenever I'm back, I will do the dots, and I will probably speed run the dots just so that we can get on to the colors, because the colors will probably not be too long. And then the shading and everything is always quick, so yeah, I think I will do that. Take a wee break. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. You won't even notice the difference. Yeah, so you didn't even notice the difference. You might have. There was probably a difference. Anyways, I'm back again. I have had a drink, so now it's time to do the dots. And yeah, I was thinking while I was sitting quietly that it occurs to me that I began these drawings with the mural in hopes to get back to basics, because I feel like over time I've been getting a little too intricate for my own good, because stuff like I think it was probably the Gambit art show video, which from the past, not the upcoming one, because Gambit is in this mural as well. So it's not maybe the best example, but I should make it smaller. But over time, I realized with that one in particular, because that drawing took me like 4 hours and 2 sittings to get done, I was thinking to myself, maybe I should simplify things a little bit, just so that this doesn't happen. Just so that I can sit down and do the drawing and have that be it, just the one sitting. It evidently did not work, because we're nearly at 2 hours and I've not even that used to be the maximum amount of time that these would take, would be 2 hours at the most. And then the video itself would turn into 30 to 40 minutes. But now, it's nearly 4 hours and it becomes or it's nearly 3 hours and it becomes 20 minutes. So, such is the fate that I'm assigned at this stage. But yeah, anyways, I suppose I will continue, and then I'll be back once I've done the dots, because ideally they won't take too long. And I'll do the colours. So, anyways. Okay, so there's the dots. Oh, and we're 2 hours in now. We're officially over the 2-hour mark. So now it's color time. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, I would wager. In the same sense, I don't know how long the colors are going to take. Like quick, who knows? Yeah, I get the impression this might be quick, might be long, who knows, I really can't say. Yeah, because there's a few different types of black and grey and stuff, so it's, I can't really say so far. Yeah. Anyways, I will start with the skin tone. So our skin tone. Move my up a little bit. I have it sliding around the place a little bit, as does the mic. But yeah, I'll work on the background, and then I will. Yeah. I never expanded the background. I'll do it right now, actually, because that will become a persistent issue later. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So I may as well do it. Just expand it. So now it fills the whole thing. So that's the full size of the background now, so don't need to worry about that. But yeah, we'll get in there and we'll get this done. Okay, it's color time. Okay, my voice is going a little bit, but there are all the colors. And yeah, it's funny what gets completely, absolutely annihilated on this screen, because what I'm looking at here is that this blue on the tablet screen anyways is very vibrant and it's very accurate. It's also slightly more on the purple scale. But on screen here, well, what you'll probably end up seeing is that it's quite, a neutral blue. It's not really tilted in any given direction, but on my screen down here it's very purplish. But on the screen it's being washed into something kind of, very neutral blue. And for whatever reason, that's the type of thing that my screen just hates, is blue. Blue in particular, because the red looks the same, the blonde and the gold looks the same, all these colors look pretty much identical. But anything blue just becomes a different shade of blue. A completely different shade of blue. Even the red is literally identical, and the red is for some reason really bright. But I'm going to leave it because whenever we get to putting on gradient maps later, that will get washed out. That'll get very washed out. So, yeah. Now it is time for this. What is the percentage I normally use? I think it's 40%. But I can look and see. Yeah, it's 40%. 40% is what I normally use. Okay. Yeah, now I need to go and grab the colors, and then that'll be us. That'll be us. I may as well turn on the background now, just so I don't blind you in a minute. Oh boy. Yeah, we're nearly done. And yeah, we're touching the 3-hour mark, so we will definitely be over 3 hours by the time this is done. Again, I did begin doing these. I'm getting back to doing quicker videos, but I guess, you know, so much for that on this one in particular. Anyways, let's get rolling here. Let's get finished. So that's our shading done. My hand is beginning to hurt, so we'll try and speed run our last thing, which, in case you forgot, because I nearly did, was the light line. We do have the one final thing to do, our final nail in the coffin as we're approaching. Pressed the wrong key somewhere there, I don't know what I did. I didn't appear to have changed anything so far, so it's all fine. But yeah, our final nail in the coffin as we reach 3 hours and 20 minutes. So ideally, we can get this done before we reach 3.5 hours of total recording time, I would hope. This should be reasonably fast, I would think. So I will quickly do this and then I'll be back. Okay, we're finally done. That's Captain Commando. There's Capcom. There he's done. For those of you who never put together that Captain Commando is Capcom, I don't imagine most of you know who Captain Commando is, so it's fair to not put that together. But we shall zoom out. Well, that feels quite defeating, doesn't it, that I spent 3.5 hours doing that. Yeah, we will turn off the background because we no longer need it, and then we'll turn on the characters that are done. You're going to be getting a little bit of a sneak peek, I guess, at some of the later characters to do this stuff. Oh. But yeah, I'm fighting to remember where some of these characters are because I haven't opened up this file in quite some time. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't remember where everybody is. But yeah, you can see that the Capcom characters currently are more spread out, and that's because most of the Marvel characters are really big. So I'm missing one. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? I think I'm missing someone. Oh, I'm missing Dr. Doom, that was it. Yeah, so we can zoom in a little bit. We might need to zoom out to 8.33. That's the biggest we can be and still have everyone in shot, I think. Because if I zoom in a little more, we're at 10%, but not everyone's a little blurry. So I mean, it works, I guess. But what the hell is next? Oh, next is Omega Red. So you've probably been seeing him show up constantly as I've been scrolling up and down, maybe wondering, dear God, when's he going to get to Omega Red? He's my favourite character, said no one. The Wolverine villain who hasn't been in a movie, and who probably never will be. Because no one really cares much for Omega Red. No one cares much for Omega Red. But yeah. So, yeah, that is Captain Commando against the rest of the Capcom list. So how many characters have we got so far? Oops, that was one of my things then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 Capcom characters and 15 Marvel characters. So overall we have 31 characters so far. Yes, I remember I stopped at 30. That was why I stopped there. So yeah, this is character number 31. So next time, character number 32 is going to go Omega Red. So yeah, you can look forward to that one. And yeah, I think that's us. I think I'll just wrap up at this point. I don't think there's much of a purpose in rambling on any further. So if you like the video, do what you normally do, whether that be liking or not. I don't mind. Do what it is that is in your heart at the moment. And it's the same deal with subscribing. If you want to subscribe, go for it. If you're already subscribed, that's good. But if you're not subscribed, if you would like to, the button is there. If you're not going to anyways, no, that's fine. And yeah, if you decide to watch the next video, I'll see you next time. So without further ado, I will bid you adieu. And that will be us for today. So yeah, I'll just say goodbye and that'll be us. So bye bye.